It's now easier for drivers to reach I-35 in San Marcos. Thanks for watching Bobcat Update. I'm Monty Ashkar.
And I'm Jessica Garcia. We'll also tell you about the most common complaints people are making to police. San Marcos has a wide variety of businesses, but not all of them are destined to succeed. As in any community, retailers come and go. Only a few stick around for the long haul. Haley Ballin tells us more in this Bobcat Update.
Being close to Texas State campus is good for business. When school is in session, retailers in the neighborhood get a lot of foot traffic, but other locations require more work in having what buyers want. Certain locations have had a lot of turnover since they opened for business. Take, for example, the corner of Wonderworld Drive and Hunter Road, or Holland and Ranch Road 12. Some local establishments, though, have been around for decades and enjoyed great success. Cafe on the Square has been a long-time fixture in downtown San Marcos.
We get a really, between 7 and 9 or so, we stay really busy at breakfast, and then we'll have a good lunch rush.
Being close to campus helps, but other factors come into play as well.
And the price is really good, and it's convenient for the student and the staff. Just walk down here and to grab a bite and go back to school.
Good service and devoted customers have kept certain businesses around for years, even decades. New businesses may come and go, but some will stick around for years to come. For Bobcat Update, I'm Haley Ballin.
A new university emergency texting system is in effect as of today. Texas State is now participating in RAVE, a system that will allow the university police to send text messages to students in times of crises, like an active shooter situation. Other universities like UT Austin have had a similar system in place. The police there activated during the situation where a shooter was on campus back in September. Students can check their email for a link to sign up for the service.
Martindale is now wet, meaning alcohol, with certain restrictions can now be sold there. Residents last week approved a proposition that legalizes the sale of alcohol in the town, which is 7 miles east of San Marcos. The town needs an economic boost. Many of its businesses have closed in recent years, and most voters apparently feel that alcohol sales will help generate needed revenues. Licenses to sell alcohol could be issued as early as next year.
The Alcohol and Drug Resource Center no longer exists. Chase Berthasol has more in this Bobcat Update.
The services offered by the Alcohol and Drug Resource Center have been split up and distributed amongst 3 departments: the Student Health Center, the Dean of Students, and the Counseling Center. The Alcohol, Drug, and Compliance Services has moved all of its preventive programs, such as Alcohol 101, to the Student Health Center. Julie Eckert, once in charge of those services, is now the Assistant Director for Health Promotion Services.
Change is hard, but usually change is good, and it's inevitable. So the change, sometimes reorganization and change is necessary, and usually it usually turns into something more effective.
Eckert says the change did not result in any cuts to the staff. Ishmael Amaya is in charge of the Alcohol and Drug Compliance Services, a new program that provides classes and community service opportunities to students.
We are in the very early stages, so not only did we have a restructuring, but we had staff changes because of retirement.
Students looking for counseling in the Alcohol and Drug Resource Center are now being sent to the Counseling Center. For Bobcat Update, I'm Chase Berthasell.
Noisy neighbors are still the #1 concern for police in San Marcos. According to the University Star, noise complaints were the most common calls to police in 2009. Authorities say they have 2,200 noise complaints on file from last year. Noise complaints typically result in a fine that can range from $500 to $1,000. Theft came in second, followed by drug violations and minors in possession of alcohol.
A lot of construction work was erased on a blustery day in Texas. The 7,000 square foot building collapsed Tuesday in El Paso. Witnesses say the wind was gusting right before the building caved in. 6 construction workers were at the site, and officials say 3 of them were taken to the hospital but are expected to be okay. The city building inspector and the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA, are investigating.
A test flight of the new Boeing 787 Dreamliner didn't go as planned on Tuesday. The pilot reported smoke in the cabin and had to make an emergency landing in Laredo. Those on board the plane evacuated using the emergency slides. This isn't good news for Boeing. The Dreamliner is its next generation, highly fuel-efficient passenger jet. It made its maiden flight in December 2009 after 2 years of delays. Boeing had hoped to start delivering the plane next July. The company has nearly 900 orders for the jet around the world. Boeing says it is too early to tell what went wrong in Tuesday's test flight.
Good news today for drivers in San Marcos. The city just celebrated the opening of the Craddock Avenue extension from Bishop Street to Wonderworld Drive this afternoon. The extension is almost a mile long and will make it easier for people to get to I-35. This project cost $2 million to complete. The public can now enjoy sidewalks, illumination, raised medians, and native Texas landscaping around the Purgatory Park area.
Food, water, and other supplies are being delivered to a Carnival cruise ship stranded off the coast of Mexico. The cruise ship was crippled by an engine room fire and is now being towed to California. The USS Ronald Reagan came to the ship's rescue, delivering 60,000 pounds of supply yesterday. The cruise ship is expected to arrive in San Diego late tomorrow.
Here's a possible sign that the economy is bouncing back. For the first time ever, retail space at the Mall of America in Bloomington, Minnesota is completely booked for the holiday season. The Mall of America is the largest shopping mecca in the United States, and it promises to be packed for the holiday season. Typically, it maxes out with a 5% vacancy rate, but not this year. It's also a good place to look for a job. Seasonal hiring is up across the nation. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics say retail holiday hiring is strong, with 1.5 million jobs being added to the payrolls. You may have seen an increase this week in charity-related activities in the Quad. One fraternity is staying there day and night to get their cause noticed. In front of the Evans Liberal Arts Building, members of the Pi Kappa Phi fraternity are raising funds and spreading awareness about kids with disabilities. The fraternity's Push America initiative is a collection of nationally recognized programs that promote understanding and construct camps and playgrounds for children with disabilities. The participating members came out here to the Quad on Monday at 7 a.m. and will stay until tomorrow at 5, taking shifts in order to attend class and using sleeping bags overnight, so there will always be someone here. With individual donations and help from local businesses, the initiative's total is expected to be around $5,000.
Texas State hosts one of the most important fish stock centers in the United States. The center is located in the Centennial Building and breeds species of fish that are sent to scientists all over the world for cancer research. The center was established in New York City in 1939 and transferred to Texas State in 1993. The same fish developed at the original center are still available today after 100 generations of breeding. Two species of fish, the platyfish and swordtail, are very similar to humans in genetic makeup.
Free henna tattoos are available at Texas State University this week. The Indian Student Association is in the Quad all week until 5 in the afternoon Friday. The henna tattoos made from natural leaves take 15 minutes to design and 3 hours to dry. They last a few days. Flyers are also being passed out for their Diwali Festival of Lights. The event admission and food is free to the public this Saturday, November 13th, in the Alkic Teaching Theater from 6 to 9 p.m. There will be music, dances, art, and food. The Indian Student Association is hosting Diwali to spread awareness of Indian culture and traditions.
A management team at Texas State has been fired after a chemical spill on campus. According to the University Star, an unknown number of plant workers were let go immediately following a sulfuric acid leak in September. Hazardous Waste Management believes the team was responsible for the leak that reached sanitary sewers and a part of Sesame Creek. The plant says it's using this incident as a learning tool. No more information is available about the fired employees.
A new study by the American Public Health Association says teens who text constantly tend to be risk takers. The study finds teens who send more than 120 messages a day are more likely to try drugs and alcohol and engage in sexual activity. They also were more prone to stress, depression, poor academics, and suicide. Researchers hope this will be a wake-up call for parents to discourage excessive use of cell phones and social networking sites.
At a busy intersection in Portland, Oregon, you'll see this woman, Kristen Noreen. She's living in a unique way this month. On display in a glass box. Noreen says she has voluntarily given up her privacy to make a point. She says there's a lack of it in today's society, especially for those who use the internet. Noreen says that while she doesn't think social media is a bad thing, she hopes to get people communicating face to face again. But for the time being, her only communication outside the glass box will be via the internet, email, Skype, or Facebook.
The Texas State football team has been struggling lately, but the Bobcats' woes on the field hasn't stopped the tailgaters. Will McGinnis has more in this Bobcat update.
Texas State played its final home game of the football season last Saturday, and some Bobcat tailgaters were left wondering why the university is still enforcing one of its rules on tailgating. Not everyone agrees with the idea of shutting down all tailgating at game time.
Well, I think it kind of discourages them from tailgating in general, because I mean, they don't want to put all this work into coming out, setting everything up, grilling. I mean, you have to go shopping, all that. You want to be able to enjoy your day.
I've been up to A&M and LSU to visit some friends, and one of the joys of going there was you can tailgate when you wanted, you can run into the game, you can run back out at halftime and have another beer and say hi to your friends, eat a hot dog, and then go back into the game.
Some have other ideas about how tailgating should be handled.
So let them tailgate until the end of the game if they want. Just make sure they're out by the end of the game, make sure they clean it up.
I feel like it shouldn't be shut down at all. No way. I feel like we're out here having a good time, getting pumped for the game. Most people think about the game. Yeah, school spirit, without a doubt.
I think we should be able to do what we want, and if we want to be out here during the game, who cares, right?
The university's rules on tailgating are expressed in the handbook and also on the athletics website. The rules say tailgates cannot start before 9 a.m. on game days. They must also be shut down at game time. Also, all items must be cleared no later than 1 hour after the game is over.
Today is a 2 o'clock game, so we're only doing fajitas. But like the 6 o'clock games, like ribs, pork, chicken, all that stuff takes like 4 to 5 hours to smoke it. So I'm usually pressed on time.
With speculation that tailgating ends at the beginning of game time to force fans into Wacker Stadium, Athletic Director Dr. Larry Tice was unavailable for comment this week, and so the debate continues. For Bobcat Update, I'm Will McGinnis.
Well, I guess students won't have to worry about this until next semester.
Yeah, they have plenty of time to get used to the rules for tailgating. That's all for this edition of Bobcat Update. Thanks for watching.
We'll be back tomorrow afternoon at 4:30. See you then.